Hi guys, my name's S.L.Ager and I'm the author of the 11 plus vocabulary novel series, the Cadwallader Quests, and their supporting workbooks. You can see those behind me there. And now the Cadwallader Chronicles, and they're aimed at younger readers, and that's down there. I'd like to thank Agnes O'Brien for inviting me to host this session in her group. Agnes is the founder of this fabulous community. It's called the 11 plus, the ISEB, SATs, GCSE and A-level resource group. And we've had a short break, so it's great to be back talking to some of our amazing tutors and resource providers. And today I'm talking to two lovely ladies who help a lot in my group, and that is Dani and Charlotte of Bright Light Education. Hi guys, how are you today?
Very well, thank you. Thank you for having us on.
Oh no, it's lovely to see you guys and to actually meet you, albeit on Zoom. We like to keep the session fairly short, so if it's okay with you, can we jump straight into the questions, because we know parents are so time poor. Is that okay?
Yeah, go for it.
Right, okay, so I'll let you guys fight over who's going to answer. Okay, so what speciality do you guys tutor in, and where are you based, please?
I'll start with this one. So we specialise in primary school tuition, and in particular creative writing and 11 plus preparation. We do now have a couple of secondary tutors for English and also a maths secondary teacher as well. So we're sort of constantly growing in different areas, but I'd say our creative writing and 11 plus are our speciality, including our creative writing book, which I know, Sheena, you've got a copy of.
Yeah, I do. And I highly recommend it. It's really nice. It's lovely. It's colourful. It's to the point, and it's informative, and it's one that I do recommend. So well done. Well done. It's really nice.
Thank you so much. So where are we based? We are primarily based in London. So I live in Putney, and Dani was living in Ealing until last year. She's now moved all the way to Japan. Her husband is Japanese, so she's spending a little bit of time out there with her children. But due to the nature of our business, the roles, the different roles that we both have, Dani is also much of a night owl, which helps, and Zoom, obviously. So it works wonderfully and hasn't really changed anything.
I guess with the advent of Zoom, the world's just become so much smaller for tutors. And like you say, Dani's going to be quite a few hours ahead of us. Yeah. So yeah, great. Okay. So I don't know who's going to answer this, because it applies to both of you. Why and how did you become tutors?
I think in some ways our story is very, very similar. We worked in the same school together. So we worked there for almost 10 years. So
you were both school teachers?
We were both school teachers.
Okay.
We were, Charlotte was exactly proper teachers for about 10 years. Charlotte started in reception. I was in year 6, and then Charlotte moved up to year 6, and we moved around, but we worked together. We were we were on the senior management team. And then we both decided to have children. And when we had children, life kind of followed a bit of a different path, and we thought, let's start, it's really difficult to work 12 hours a day when you have your own children. So we had already been tutoring already, and we just had a conversation, said, hey, what about we get together, make a business of it, and grow together, sharing ideas. And we both love teaching, and that's how the business grew, was the two of us teaching together.
So how long have Bright Light been established? How long have you been working together? Did you just say that, or did I miss that?
No, 2015 was when we first joined, when we first came up with the plan, and then I think it was 2018 that we officially Bright Light Education was born.
Okay, so quite a while then, 4 years officially. Oh, that's great. And what would you say makes your tuition service different from others? What's your USP?
I mean, I think from what Dani was saying, I think first and foremost, just we're both qualified teachers with many years experience, both in the classroom and at management level. And we both taught year 5 and 6 as well, which is obviously a big part of our business, that sort of 11 plus preparation. So we've taught children within a school for those 11 plus exams. So we've got this, a really good knowledge of the London independent schools, as well as having learnt lots about the grammar schools over the years as well. And actually we both attended independent London day schools as well. So although it was a while ago, I won't say how long, but it was a while ago. So we both been through the 11 plus ourselves. And then I guess I would say one of our main sort of unique selling points is our courses that we run. So with our courses, we have no more than 6 children within each session, which means they get personalized feedback. It's really lovely and interactive with the qualified teacher that runs each session. And, you know, they're fully engaged and interacting with the teacher and the other children. And then children are allowed to send in work after each lesson. So that gets, you know, quite in-depth marking and sent back to the children. So they have that feedback, which has been really, really helpful. And it just allows them to make amazing progress, we've found.
Would you say that your business is equally split between the independent sector and the state grammar sector, or do you lean more towards?
Yeah, I think with our inquiries, it's pretty even, actually. We have, so children who attend our courses are both preparing for grammar schools and independent schools. And then similarly with the one-to-one tuition, we have both.
I guess the creative writing piece lends itself more to independent schools and the super selective grammars that require the creative writing piece, I guess. So yeah, and that's really good for parents to know. So parents, whether it's indie or state grammar, these are your girls, you know. So okay, what's your favorite part of tutoring?
It's our favorite part of tutoring. I think seeing that progress and seeing the difference that you can make for each child is amazing. And, you know, we got, whenever we get emails, we got an email yesterday, we got an email today, and from parents who are so grateful and their child feels confident, their child loves our lessons. And I think it's why we love it, really. It's so rewarding, really, to get that feedback from each child, from each parent, knowing that we're
making a difference,
and we're building the confidence for the children as well. You know, it's not all about getting into that top school and getting that top grade. It's about giving the child the tools to do really well, to feel confident, to have a big smile on their face when they're learning, to enjoy our lessons, you know, to come to our courses in the morning and feel excited about attending. I think that's
I think as well, from my experience now with the 11 plus, creative writing is probably what most children find the most difficult, because there's kind of no yes or no answer, and so I think they feel a little bit lost. So guys, Charlotte and Dani's book, I highly recommend it. Okay, so yeah, I love this one. There's 2 of you though, so you can give 1 tip each if you want. 1 tip only, okay, but you can give 1 each. What would you say is your top tip for parents sitting the 11 plus? Maybe one of you could answer from an independent school perspective and one from a state grammar perspective. Have I dropped you in it a bit there? Hope so.
You start.
I think, I mean, this does apply to both of them, but I think it's really important, and I say it to every child who's going through the 11 plus and to every client, you've got to have a really open mind. You don't have one school on you know, thinking that that's the top school. It may academically not be the top, but it's the right school for your child. It's where your child will feel really happy, and you don't want to pass on any judgment to your children. You want your children to feel, actually, whichever school I get into, I'll be really excited, I'll be really happy. And it's keeping that open mind all the way till the end. A lot of our parents have an open mind until it gets close to the exam, and then they start,
then the mind closes.
Exactly. So it's keeping that open mind and really believing that all the schools, whichever one your child gets placed at, they will thrive, they'll be happy. So that's one of my tips. Charlotte, what do you think?
Yeah, I would just go back as well to what Dani was saying about that confidence building as well. I think parents must see tuition as as building that confidence, building that self-esteem within the child, because that's when they realize, actually, I can do it, you know, and it's wonderful to see. So I think trying to build that confidence, not putting all that pressure on them to get into that certain school, but actually just try and enjoy it more and build their self-esteem.
Yeah, I think
long-term investment.
Yeah, if a child or anybody, indeed any of us, if we're not confident, then we're always going to feel uneasy about what we're doing. So yeah, those are fabulous tips. And yeah, parents, you know, try and keep that in mind. I know it's not always easy when that date is coming, but you know, if we're not confident, or if we're really pressuring our kids, they're really going to feel it. So guys, just before we wrap, can you tell us, well, we've already seen your book, but tell us about it again. Tell us where we can find you, and you know, give us, if you've got a website or Facebook page, tell parents where they can go to see more of you guys, please.
Yes, so our website is brightlighteducation.co.uk. You can buy our creative writing skills. I'll give you another glimpse of it on Amazon. It's a workbook and guide in one, so the children have the chance to actually, you know, look at, you know, tips and of skills and techniques, but then actually practice what they've learned as well.
Okay, so parents, that's critical. It is a workbook and a guide. Okay, because you know, if you're looking for that, this is your go-to book.
Yeah, so it's really helpful for parents. Sorry, Dani. It's really helpful for parents to actually sort of know what children need to have to build and create those wonderful stories. So it's a great aid for parents as well as children.
Have you got anything to say, Dani?
I know, just because I'm really excited by this. So I just wanted to add that we were reviewed by the Good Schools Guide last week. It's hot off the press. I have it here. It's not live yet, but if I may just read a couple of sentences.
Absolutely, go ahead.
On their review, because we're really excited by it. It says, if there was an award for the agency with the most responsive clients and tutors, this one would win by a long shot. Motivational, professional, responsive and personal were also heard. Several told us how Charlotte and Dani's support goes well beyond the realms of finding a tutor. They have so much knowledge of schools and the application process. And I'm sorry to boast, but we're really proud of that.
And so you should. So where will that review go? Is it online? Is it in a book?
It'll be on the Good Schools Guide website, and then we're just checking what we can share of it on our own website and things. So we'll hopefully be able to share bits and pieces of it. Absolutely,
share it far and wide. Well, guys, it's been lovely talking to you. It's nice to meet you, albeit, you know, on Zoom. And parents, Charlotte, Dani, Bright Light Education. Thanks very much, guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.